Hello and welcome to Martin Lucas Investors Channel. We are looking at um, the inflation report. I was just making sure everything's running smoothly. Thank you all for tuning in. We're looking at the inflation report today and seeing how the markets will react to that. So please do hit the like button. Let's get straight into it. We're going to see if it's going to be one of those thundery days in the market with the forecast this morning. Is it going to be a calm day ahead? Or is it going to be a very sunny one where we start making money? So welcome to the market forecast here every single morning, going through the charts. We've got a special one this morning. It's going to be a shorter show because we're going to be sending you over to Vaz, who's going to be covering two things. One will be the actual numbers when the inflation report comes out, and one would be an EV earnings as well. So do stay tuned with us. So let's see who's with us right now. We'll get onto the XRP chart because that's performing quite well at the moment, and then we'll get onto the data around CPI. Chris is here. I think it's just us right now. Likes are free today. Sensei said so. Yeah, Paul D. Likes are free today. So everyone, please go ahead and like the stream. Vaz sent the classic car nut. Is CPI expected to come in hot? It's expected to come in at 2.4%. I think, let me just double check that. It's expected to come in. We're talking about CPI year on year. The forecast is 2.4%. Hello, Dale is here. Look a bit tired today, Sensei. No, well, I had a very bad night's sleep, so maybe that's it. But I'm ready to go. It was a long day yesterday, and we did a lot of coverage yesterday. But that's not the reason. I enjoy doing that. It was quite a strange sleep I had last night. Anyway, enough about me. More about the markets. XRP is recovering back up to $2.54. As we said yesterday, we break $2.47. We're going straight to $2.62. We got there, we double topped, we came down, we got that wick below $2.50, and that wick actually managed to be the low that we saw in the early hours of the morning. Ever since we've been moving up very nicely, a good bounce back. So we got a retest of these levels and finally it bouncing back up. So what that means to me is we're going to have another shot at $2.62, especially depending on how CPI goes. If CPI goes all well, then we can see XRP breaking out again today to around $2.73. So CPI is the big story of today. The markets need another catalyst. The China deal catalyst is fading out now, especially once people are digesting the news and seeing there are potentially a few reasons why we shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves. It's not a final deal. It was initially better than expected, a big de-escalation, but we don't. Some people are saying China are seen as the winners, not the US, and the markets bet trade war won't re-escalate. So if it does start re-escalating, then that's an issue. So we don't have final deals from that China deal. It is better than expected straight away. That's why market's pumped. But now we want another catalyst, and CPI could be that catalyst, indicating more rate cuts than priced in right now. That will be important for the markets. The next big story of the day is Coinbase. Look at that big pump at yesterday at market close. Coinbase joining the S&P 500. What does everyone think about that in the chat? Let me know. Coinbase joining the S&P 500. That is massive news. If you have just tuned in, hit the like button, subscribe. We're here every morning giving you all the real news stories, breaking them down for you. So yeah, this is Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, saying Coinbase just became the first and only crypto company to join the S&P 500. The milestone represents what true believers, from retail investors to institutional investors to our employees and partners, knew all along. Crypto is here to stay. How long have we been saying this? How many people doubted us? Look at this. This is from Coinbase. As the saying goes, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then they add you to the S&P 500 or something like that. Remember the SEC suing them. Remember no one caring about crypto. Remember when you joined the stock market and you crashed 90%. People laughing at you, but crypto's here to stay. So that is very, very exciting. We've got Coinbase rallying pre-market. Going back to the chart, it's actually up 9% pre-market. It was up 4% yesterday anyway, so we've got about 12% day on Coinbase, ticker symbol coin. Targets now on Coinbase are that there is many targets to the upside. You've got you're back above $207, so that means we've got $258 and $350 next. Remember our trade on Coinbase. Well, our first trade was Martyn buying it at $38. Now he's going to buy it again at $250, which is still fine. I mean, the stock is going to continue going up, but that was our first trade for $35. Martyn bought Coinbase then. Obviously, for the integrity of the show, over time he had to sell that, but that's our first initial buy. Then our confirmation trade buy was at $62. $62. First target $82. Second target $207. Third target $350. All three targets hit, and now we're having another shot at it all again. Back above $207, $259, $350, and then we can very easily see all-time highs on the S&P 500 now. What's very exciting is now Martyn owns crypto. Martyn owns a crypto company which owns crypto, which owns Bitcoin. So Martyn is back in it as well, as will millions of investors around the world. People who thought they would never touch crypto, they're going to be holding crypto. I know Martyn would have been holding crypto and on Coinbase and stuff like this if it wasn't for the shift to a media channel, but there was all these other people that wouldn't have wanted to buy crypto or Coinbase or anything like that. Now they're going to. Now they have to, because Coinbase has performed well, and crypto is here to stay, and people are waking up to that idea, and they have to accept it. And this is a big move forward in the crypto world. This is validation of what we've been saying. This is it coming into our into the S&P 500, one of the biggest indexes in the world. So what a day it is for the crypto markets. I mean, every day there's good news stories in the crypto markets. I haven't seen one bad news story yet, apart from the UK legislation. Apart from that, some countries moving backwards, some moving forwards. But crypto is here to stay. The underlying code, you cannot regulate the code. You can regulate the exchange, you can regulate this, that, and the other, but the code is there, and the code will come out in front of anything else. So let's go to your comments. What's your reaction to Coinbase joining the S&P 500? CPI figures next. Yes. In about 15 minutes, we're going to be sending you over to Vertical Aerospace earnings. And at the same time, we're going to be covering the CPI inflation at the very same time. So you'll see eVTOL right before the earnings start. I think a couple of minutes before we will have an indication of what's going on. We'll have the figures out. We'll have the charts on the screen. So stay with us. In about 15 minutes time, we will have CPI data. That is the next thing that we need to keep a very good eye on. Deadlifts on leg day are one of my favorite exercises for making you sleep well. Guaranteed to sleep like a deadlifts on leg day. Josh Monroe, maybe I need to get back into the gym, is what you're saying. That's a nice way of saying I need to go to the gym. Love it. I now own all crypto. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. There we go, Martyn. Not yet. I think it's on the 19th. You got 5 more days of not owning any crypto. 5 more days of missing out. Martyn now owns crypto once again. I love it, DJ Haynes. I couldn't get it to light up. Couldn't get it to light up. What are you trying to light up there, Mike? Sound a little bit suspicious there. Top of the morning, says Brodek Location Services. Welcome in. Afternoon, just back from my walk. It's Surancho out there. Thank you, Kazan Sky. $2.6 would be face melting, says Taken. Well, we were there yesterday, so it won't be too face melting. Back to XRP, then I will cover. Because XRP, remember, if you look at the top 100 coins of yesterday, everything was down apart from XRP and Litecoin, and Litecoin was only down a tiny bit. So XRP outperforming all cryptocurrency top 100, and that's basically all of cryptocurrency, the good ones, outperforming the whole market, which is incredible to see. Let me find the XRP chart again. XLM will wake up soon as well, and that will go on a big tear, in my opinion. Where did XRP go? Where's my XRP chart? Why can't I find XRP? There it is. Slightly down on the day so far, but a massive recovery. It did drop down in the early hours this morning, back up to $2.53. I think $2.60 would be next, and then $3. So CPI will have a massive effect on the crypto markets, and the broader markets as well. It will be the final catalyst we would like to see to get us. We could see S&P 500 all-time highs if we get really good data today. So it's a massive, massive thing, and we'll be covering it in about 10 minutes time. So stay with us. It will be on our next. It'll be with Raz on the eVTOL earnings with vertical aerospace. Okay, getting back into some more news. Where have I put my news? Here we go. No, not that one. One was yesterday. 2.2 trillion was added to the US stock market yesterday. That's absolutely absurd amounts of money. 2.2 trillion. I thought I'd share that with you. Dubai is going to also accept payments for government services via crypto.com, advancing its goal of becoming 90% cashless by 2026. Dubai government to accept payments through crypto.com partnership. Crypto.com is making partnerships left, right, and center. Their native coin is CRO, and remember, they're going to have a so don't sleep on CRO. They're going to have a ETF coming out soon with Donald Trump media, including crypto.com, Trump, I think Trump coin's part of it. But crypto.com is going to have its own ETF soon, and that's pretty much approved. And CRO, crypto.com itself, is joining partnerships all over the place. You'll see advertisement from crypto.com everywhere, licensed in a lot of places, doing a lot of work behind the scenes. And I think their token can easily go to $1, currently sat at 10 cents. So that is, and in my opinion, again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not listen. Do not trade based on what I'm saying. Do not copy my trades. Do not act on anything I'm saying. But I think crypto.com CRO is an easy 10x, and potentially 100x. In the long term, but a 10x this cycle, it seems very likely to me. Currently sat at 10 cents, a lot of back office work going on with crypto.com that is making me more bullish and more bullish. What I'm going to do is bring you this as well. Morning, Michael, I can see it now. It's time. This time there's going to be a lot of market cap in Bitcoin, Ethereum, then which will flow into our coins. Yeah, I think XRP is going to overtake Ethereum. I think it already has. I think it will in the general spend. I think XRP is the number 2 currency right now. So I think we'll more likely see money flowing out of Bitcoin, XRP into the other coins, or Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum into the altcoins. So we'll see them running first, in my opinion. I've been out too long. Hello, everyone from Britain, says Atina. Welcome in. Thank you very much. Go Crow. I've got a decent amount of that. Chad Jacobs, welcome to the channel. If you want to become a member, we go live every day. We've got members only videos, members only live streams. We sometimes, most of the time, go members only live chat. We need to do that soon as well. So lots of perks, benefits, only $2 a month. Seems like a CRO fan. We are CRO fans on the show as well, so do consider becoming a member. Okay, back to our main story. So we're waiting on CPI. CPI news, big news today. 10 minutes time, we'll go straight to the CPI news. That could be the catalyst we're waiting for. Markets are cautious ahead of the tone of today's US inflation report. S&P futures are down 0.3%. Let me double check that, give you the most up-to-date figures on S&P futures, down 0.2%. Such an important level now on the S&P 500. We're coming into our last levels of resistance. If these levels of resistance break, then I see all-time highs coming in next, and this mini bear market we have is just, it will be in the rear view mirror, and we don't have to worry about it again. Little bit of resistance, yes, we can come down, put in a higher low, close that gap, and continue moving up. But if we do break through, this is the last level of resistance left, in my opinion. Same story on the Nasdaq, coming into the last level of resistance, the 786 from the all-time highs, that can propel us to all-time highs. And beyond, and that will be great for the crypto market. So we are really waiting on the CPI report in 10 minutes time. Continuing with the story, a hotter than expected print could cool rate cuts hopes and weigh on stocks. Traders are currently pricing in 2 Fed rate cuts this year, a downgrade from early expectations. The inflation reading may also reflect early effects of tariff hikes on Chinese imports. We will see. Coinbase joining the S&P 500. Coin will officially join the S&P 500, replacing Discover Financial. Who's ever heard of Discover Financial? Bye Discover Financial. Hello Coinbase, which will be acquired by Capital One. Shares are up 13% pre-market, now 10%, as marks a major milestone for acceptance on Wall Street. Analysts are calling it a sign that digital assets are now being recognized as financial infrastructure. This is big. This is crypto coming into mainstream, joining the S&P 500 in 5 days' time, up 10% pre-market. Crypto is here to stay. Trump is now in Saudi Arabia. He's touched down. We've seen some clips of him touching down, meeting the king, I think it's called, or the prince. Former President Donald Trump has arrived in Riyadh, seeking $1 trillion investment as part of a U.S. Saudi economic discussions. The trip is his first international visit. So what I'm going to do actually is put a timer down for our rate cuts. So let me do this. Let me just give me one moment. I want everyone to stay up to date with what's coming up. Um, I'm just going to do CPI. We're going to put CPI on the screen, and that's going to start in. Let me change this countdown. How long do we have? We've got about 8 minutes. Save. Here we go. Let me move that across. We are waiting for CPI. CPI is the big news story of today. That's happening very, very shortly. Stock market pause or pullback. The strong US rally is stalling. UBS has downgraded US equities to neutral, saying the upside may now be priced in. Goldman Sachs, however, remains bullish, raising its 12-month S&P target to 6,500. Just to give you reference of where that is, Goldman Sachs is projecting 6,500 in the next 12 months. 6,500 would be another 11% move to the upside on the S&P 500. Martyn's done the quote of the day. What's the quote of the day? Funny quote of the day. The king, I think he's called. I think he's called. It might be the prince. I think it's the prince. Sorry, I should know these things. I don't want to disrespect anyone. There we go. We've got gold recovering today, 0.5%. Remember, I still do think there's a double top occurring on gold. That money is probably flowing into equities and will continue to flow into equities. I'm still long-term bullish on gold, and I don't want to fight the trend. The trend is very parabolic to the upside, but there is a warning sign of a double top we've covered previously. This money, the uncertainty is going away. The money's flowing into the equities. Long-term bullish on gold, short-term potentially a pullback for that money to flow into the other markets. How many likes do we have on the stream? We've got 300 people watching, and I bet we don't have even 100 likes. Let me check. Let me check. We're doing all this work and we're not getting the likes. 4 likes? No, that can't be right. Let me refresh. If we don't have 100 likes, I'm disappointed. We were nearly there, but I'm still disappointed in everyone. What's everyone doing? Everyone knows the drill by now. You come in, you hit the like button. What's going on? Please do hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. We've got CPI in 6 minutes. We're getting Vaz is covering it. We're taking him away from his baby, which is eVTOLs, to help us cover the CPI, which will be great. He's very down to do that. So we're looking forward to that. What we're going to do, just so I explain it to everyone, we've got a massive earnings. And if you're an XRP fan, if you're excited about new industries, I would really recommend you guys tuning in to this. Not only because the CPI report is going to be there, but this is one of the biggest EV tolls stocks out there. EVTL. You need to start getting yourself educated on EV tolls. They're the next big thing, in my opinion, in Baz's opinion. Why not explore that sector before everyone else does? Why not explore it before they come into the S&P 500? Get ahead of the curve. That's starting in 5 minutes. You'll get the inflation report. You'll get you will also get the eVTOL earnings happening at the same time. Have we hit 100 likes? We did. Thank you, guys. Let's continue with our analysis for the day. I'm going to see if there's anything else. Pre-market Boeing's up. China ends delivery ban. We've got Pinterest down 3.1%. Google may unveil a similar feature. Hertz is down 6.2%. Q1 loss exceeds expectation. Under Armour earnings before the bell. We've also got eVTOL. Vertical Aerospace earnings before the bell, which we're going to cover very shortly. Currency traders turning bearish on the dollar. Traders have increased bearish dollar bets to 61 billion notional, outweighing bullish positions. S&P 500 potential breakout the 200 day moving average or staying above that level. So it all comes down to CPI. Are we going to get a further catalyst? Can we do another pump stream later on? If this catalyst goes well, we'll be back later looking at all our cryptocurrency positions, looking at all the news. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit the like button, whether it's up or down, whether the news is good or bad. We'll be covering it. We're long-term bullish on crypto, even more every single day with each news story being um, Africa Forex traders, CPI entry for gold. You are spamming the channel in a horrific way. So and we only allow spamming in the channel when we ask for spamming. I'll let you off, Africa Forex traders. We'll let you off. Just please don't spam the channel. There's a lot of questions. I wouldn't trade gold right now, in my view. Yeah, you're not even a member. If you want to become a member, we might be able to look at it. But there's the membership link. We don't have time, and I don't think trading on news is always the best thing to do. Oh, Mike says breakfast bar. Oh, Mike, I don't know if I've got Discord ready to go. Let me see if I can do it. Everyone stay with us. We've got CPI coming out very, very shortly. Can I do this in time? Discord. I always want to do anything we can for Mike. He's basically the longest supporter we've got on the show. I think he's did it since day one. Discord is taking a while to load up. Let me see if. Okay, cool. Do we have it? It's loading, I think. How much time do we have until CPI? We've got we're sending you to the next show. So CPI is actually in 32 minutes. So just so I don't get rid of any misinformation, I think I've worded that badly actually, so I apologize. So CPI in 2 minutes and 18 seconds. What I mean by that is we're moving over to the next show, which we're covering CPI. I apologize. I've realized I've worded that badly, but it's important for you guys to stay for the next 2 minutes because I'll be sending you to the show where we're actually covering CPI and the eVTOL earnings. So stay with us. So what we're going to do is get ready for that. Where's Discord gone? I want to show. Oh, it's opening up there. Discord Nitro, your birthday gift. Enjoy one free. I don't want that. I'm going to bring up the breakfast bar. That's what we want to do. Let's go on this. Mike wants us to see the breakfast bar. Breakfast bar. Where are we? Here we go. What have we missed? Oh, there we go. We've got Mike. Hardest part is keeping it. Look at yesterday's post. There we go. He's got his mug. He's got his gold coins. I absolutely love it. He was watching the stream. Yesterday's post. He's got his mug. He's got his money, and he's lost it. He's lost all his money. But I'm sure this is worth more. Mike, I'm sure those coins there are worth more than the amount of cash you had on the. I know they're worth more. That's about in pounds. That's about 600. It's probably about $800. $800. 1,600 plus another $50. What you've got nearly $2,000 on your $2,000 on your over here. You only had 20, 20, 20, 60. You've made money, Mike. Don't lie to us. We know you've made money. You haven't lost any money. You're making money in the background. We love it. Um, so what I'm going to do is we'll put 4 minutes on the timer because Martyn's just told us we've got a bit of extra time. Let me make that smaller. Okay, just to explain to everyone who's just tuned in. We've got two things going at once, and we want to cover all the news here. We want to be your one-stop shop. We cover earnings, we cover crypto, we cover stocks, we cover XRP. We cover it all in a way where you don't miss out on anything. You don't get hyped up by the news. You only get the true and proper news. We go live when anything's going on. We've got a great family here, the Lucasade family, supporting each other. So we've got two things going on. We've got CPI and an eVTOL earnings. eVTOL Very important. The earnings is very important. We can't afford to miss it. So that's why Vaz, our eVTOL expert, is going to be covering it. He's going to be covering it. The earnings for vertical aerospace, one of the biggest eVTOLs out there. Why is that so important? Because it's a new emerging market. We want to give everyone, all our members, all our audience, a chance of exploring that new sector. So we're going to be covering that. But at the same time, CPI is coming in. CPI is at half past. So look at your clock right now at half past. In about half an hour, just under half an hour, CPI is going to be released. But that's going to be released on the eVTOL earnings. So Vaz is going to cover both. He's going to do a great job covering both, and we just need to see what the numbers are going to be to see how the markets will move. I won't be trading based on it. I just want to know the news. We want to cover the news. If it's good, if it's if it's sort of as expected or better than expected, we're looking at a possible breakout on the wider markets. XRP is ready to break out. XRP is ready to hit $2.60 again and move over to $3. Bitcoin is already moving up in anticipation of this. So I really recommend everyone stays where they are. In 2 minutes, that countdown up there is when we're going to send you to the next show where CPI is going to be released. So, Mike, was I right? Mike, we've got a Mike in the chat. I got it, Mike. They look like pennies. I don't think they're pennies, Mike. Oh, oops. Oh god, you can tell Mike, you should just say that they are gold coins. Just say they are gold coins. I know you've got some coins out there. You've showed us some of your coins before. Just pretend they're gold coins, Mike. They're a penny and a quarter. You see, I don't understand US currency. It looked like to me a sovereign, so they look like pennies. Oops. You didn't get it. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Yeah, you've now I understand. I was trying to make it seem like you were doing well, Mike. Oh, I got it all wrong. I apologize. Okay, let's get ready. I'm gonna put the cheers on the crowd. We're gonna put on. We're gonna put all sorts of sounds on.
Birds and people are living together
Why?
in seemingly perfect harmony until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Okay, so I'm going to explain this again because a few people are getting confused, and what I'm going to do is remove that from the screen as well. We are going to send you over. We are ready for CPI. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I might do another show later to go more into the effects of CPI after Martyn dives into the fundamentals of it. We'll go back into the charts of CPI. Bitcoin is anticipating good CPI report. Coinbase is up 10% pre-market. XRP's one of the only coins that's up on the 24 hours, not on the daily candle, in the top 100. So everything's poised to do well. S&P 500 and Nasdaq are at their last piece of resistance, so I'll be careful. They are at resistance, so they can just as easily sell off. I wouldn't be trading the CPI report. I'll just be using it to understand the future and the rate cuts. So what we're doing now is stay exactly where you are. All 342 of you, hit the like button first, and then this stream is going to take you to Vaz. Vaz is going to cover two important things: eVTOLs, a new emerging sector everyone needs to know about, and the CPI report. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Stay where you are. CPI is going to be very shortly. In about 1 minute's time, you'll be over with Vaz. Vaz will be covering the earnings and CPI. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.